y'all doing? How y'all doing? I just wanted to come out, y'all some love and see what was going on out here in these YouTube streets. Here's a lot of stuff that's going on. You know, a lot of more things that they don't kind of found out about the Alicia Watts case. Y'all, you know, things just unraveling in a whole lot of situations. They really are. I think it was the day I saw the chief on. Y'all come on in. For new people, I am seeing and all knowing, and I am the knowing on Facebook. I am Dr. Lisa, and I come and bring different motivational things to you. When you come in, please hit that thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. Please watch the replay. Please like, share. But CARLEE, they're trying to figure out what happened within those 49 hours. I knew that was going to always be a question, and they're they're thinking and talking now with different lawmakers about changing legislature, you know, to enhance it. For if you say that it's a crime like this, that you know, will get more than just a slap on your hand. So it's a lot of things that are going on like that. I see one person is watching. Please hit the thumbs up. So, hey, Miss Juanita. Hey, honey. Thank you, honey. So, that's some things that, you know, we are watching. A lot of people say that they, you know, they're going to charge. I heard that on one of the channels here that, I don't know if they had inside information, but they said they heard that she was going to get 12 months. So I don't know. I haven't heard any of that. And it's allegedly, hey, Miss Jean, it's allegedly, so I don't know. But we do know that perhaps they are looking. Let me see exactly what the chief said. Is it there? He was on a morning show, and he was talking about it. And so I know that this is not just over, you know, in my opinion. Because, you know, it continues to be information. People continue to put this in the news. They talking about the money that was spent. They talking about the resources that they had to go to in order to, you know, for the phone, Homeland Security, Secret Service, the military, you know, supposedly, allegedly. Yes, ma'am, Miss Scott. They said each one was a year, and they said that, you know, some people believe that they're about to make an example out of her. I don't know. That's allegedly. That's what's been said. It's been said that she thinks it's a game. It's also been said, I guess the ex-boyfriend, he's trying to capitalize off of this. A lot of YouTubers are talking about the different things that he's trying to do for money. I don't know why they're so pressed about money. You know, it appeared, I don't know, but it appeared that both of them stayed with the parents or whatever. So I don't know. It gets to the point where, you know, everybody asking, you know, why do you think she did it? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And if you were looking for publicity, it's not a good way to get it. It's actually a bad way to get it. So it's just that, you know, I know that they're going to have their news conference. I do too. Because it appears to me, Miss Scott, that just like, you know, I do. I don't know, but I believe it. I think they think somebody helped her. And they want the person who helped her. they want to know where she was at. Stories are going around that she was probably at a property her mama was trying to sell. I don't know. Her mama's a realtor. I don't know. But there's so many questions that's around all of this. And no, none of it look good. they you know, and one thing about the police, they're not gonna stop things until they find out. I want to tell you the information just dropped about the Alicia Watts out of North Carolina. They're actually saying, now I can't say it on here because you have to be very careful about wordings that you say here, but they are saying that he tried to commit the S word. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? When I say the S word. They said when the boyfriend was there, and see, this is the thing. This information just dropped. So I tell y'all all the time, the police know what they looking for. They gonna tell us when they get ready. But supposedly, they were supposed to go to that comedy show on the 16th, but all of their phones in that truck pinged at that resident on the 18th. So that means that it's a possibility the phone, now the phone could be there, his phone could have been there. Don't necessarily mean that she's there. But listen at this. They're looking at a 2007 Audi. Didn't say who it belongs to, but they're looking at that vehicle. And this is the thing. And I'm still looking at that guy that I showed you all on Facebook. He's a YouTuber. It makes sense. He was so fascinated with her in that car, he kept that car. Who would do that? It pinged there, those phones on the 18th. Supposedly, he tried to do the S in the parking lot. Initially, he told him he had just pulled over to go to sleep. 5-6 hours later, they come back. He unresponsive because allegedly he don't try to do this. Well, if you go in his records, he hadn't done anything like any type of taking drugs or anything, nothing like that, or alcohol. He doesn't have a history of that. But he does have a history of abducting, stalking, assault, and battering. And I got that from a news channel. So, new search warrants, they said during the search warrants they took out of the house, where's that at? Phones, clothing, and searching the car. But police are looking for that Audi. That Audi got something to do with this. I just kind of picked that up myself. So they're looking at that. They are looking at this case. So that's a good thing. But y'all, they looking for the remains, you know. They're not looking for a person to be still with us. And that's sad. But they're not. So I guess the moral of this story is so sad that you have to just look at it, and even though you are 39, even though you are in your 30s, and you may not have a significant other, our Father may not be ready for you to have a significant other. We don't know. But we ought to wait on Him. Because everybody who's smiling in your face ain't your friend. So I think we definitely got to wait on Him. I think we definitely got to see what He has in store for us. Because this just sad. And, you know, and again, they're putting all this emphasis and all this stuff on somebody who was never missing. CARLEE was never missing. You know, and I just keep visualizing. In my mind, it's like she looking at the, you know, looking at the news, looking at every aspect of this case. There ain't nothing wrong with her. But looking at every aspect, yeah, you have to. You got to be very, very careful. You do. And don't be in some type of position or have a booming business or anything, you know, like he said, the guy said, he said that car, hey, Miss Jean, that car didn't mean anything to her, but it meant everything to him. Some people get so caught up into material things. They do. They're so caught up in what material things can bring you that they don't care who they harm. They don't. And like, again, she was 39, he was 51, and she had everything. And allegedly, he's jealous of her. Gotta be careful with that. You just do. You just don't know who people are these days. We think that people are for us, and we think that, you know, all is well, but you just really never know. You never, ever know. So you just have to, you have to be careful. And if you desire these things in your heart, ask God to give them to you. He'll give them to you. God will give you the desires of your heart. He will. But we can't put the trust in man and people. We can't. You know, I feel for her. 39 years old. Have not lived her life. She meets a man that thinks he's everything. And she probably, like all these other ladies, lonely. So what does she do? She go find a man that does not have her best interest at hand. He sees that nice vehicle. Hey, Miss Bobby. Hey, honey. He sees that nice vehicle. And his mind just go 100 different places. That's sad. Sad. You know, I think about this woman every day. I do. Because I know how trifling. And this is not to offend no man or anything. But I know how some men can be. I do. Don't let you have a little bit more than them. Or they think you got a little bit more. Or you got an education. Or you got anything in front of your name. If you're a public figure, if you're a celebrity, you got to be careful dating down. That guy told the truth. He did. He gives some really good information. You just do. Sometimes people are just not on your level. And, and I know y'all might say, doubt everybody. No. Everybody ain't on your level. That's not true. But this is the thing. She had so much potential. She could have showed him how to get the things he wanted. She could have showed him. This woman had potential. And I know you said you speaking in past tense. Well, we all know that it's a possibility she's not with us. We know that. And that's the sad thing about it. It is. And her family's out there looking. They had a whole army, it appeared to me. And them K9s. And them drones up in the air. And the helicopters. And all the personnel. Looking for somebody that ain't lost. Not in no danger. Ain't nobody abducted them. It's called entitled. Entitlement. And I'm not trying to dine that young girl. I'm not. I'm just saying what has happened and how it appears that the family have uphold this mess. And they continue to show all these pictures of her. She want attention, but it's negative attention. This thing is not positive. It's not. I just, as I look on here, y'all, it seems like it gets sickening by the day. It does. It seems like it's sickening by the day. It's just I don't, you know, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I tell my ladies, you know, when they are and they, you know, some of them express to me that they lonely. They do, and I tell them all the time, try not to be too lonely, babe. Try not to be too desperate, babe. I tell them that. Why are you telling them that, Doc? Because when you sometimes when you get lonely, or sometimes when people think you're lonely, they'll come after you. Mm-hmm. It will. And I don't mean coming after you like, you know, trying to jump on you. Not like that. They'll come after you and paint you a pretty picture that ain't really there. That's what they'll do for you. They'll paint you a picture that's not really there for you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I was just trying to pull up to see. I got my other computer up to see. Could I see any thing? Because it's like different people breaking the story, y'all. There are different people are on here talking about it, about that case and the new information that has came and has developed in it. And I'm happy that they're, you know, keeping this case alive because that's the only way it's gonna do. Maybe they'll see something on one of our channels. Maybe they'll see it and maybe it'll be a clue. Maybe somebody will see something. But right now, according to what I was looking at, they're looking for to recover, you know, evidence in a murder case. I know that's what I heard her say. It's taking too long for the computer to pick up. Maybe I'm just impatient and trying to, because it really didn't take that long for it to come up. Maybe I'm just impatient, y'all. Trying to see, can I put up the, pick up the news article that's on. Okay,
Hello
that's
guys, I'm
him.
Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, and that's he was going to do it in her car, and that's what.
I'm gonna see.
James Dunmore is a person of interest in her disappearance, and investigators at this point are looking for evidence of murder. WRL's Chelsea Donovan explains these warrants also give us new details about how police found him.
Details are trickling in this investigation that is now 16 days old. Search warrants and incident reports from both Charlotte and Anson County show that James Dunmore tried to commit suicide before he was found by state troopers 2 days after Alicia Watts was last seen. And we're learning more about what Charlotte police officers found in his home. This incident report filed by Anson County Sheriff deputies on July 20th, 4 days after Alicia Watts disappeared, is shedding new light on the investigation.
Yep, I do, Miss
The report
Scott.
states
Hey, Miss
51-year-old James
Harris.
Dunmore
I
does
do.
have a history of domestic violence and is considered a person of interest
I
at
do
this
too, Miss
time.
Scott.
Officers told WRAL News when they found Dunmore inside Alicia
Exactly.
Watts'
I know what you're
SUV on
saying.
July 18th that he told authorities he was taking a nap. Officers returned to the parking lot 3 hours later and found him unresponsive. This new search warrant obtained by WRAL states that Dunmore was inside the vehicle and a victim of an apparent suicide attempt. Dunmore and Watts were supposed to go to a comedy show on July 16th in Charlotte, but never showed. A search warrant states that cell phone records indicate Alicia's phone, Dunmore's phone, and her car were at Dunmore's residence around 3 p.m. on the 16th and were at that location until 6 a.m. on the 18th.
Notice what they just said.
Dunmore was found in Alicia's car in Anson County. Days after Watts was reported missing, her family captured cell phone video of police officers in Charlotte searching his home. Virginia records show Dunmore has convictions for abduction,
You right, Miss
stalking,
Bobby.
assault, and battery. The abduction charge from 2003 carried a maximum prison sentence of 5 years. Now, the search warrant states Charlotte police officers seized phones, clothing, computers, cameras, and swabs from James Dunmore's home. They also searched a 2007 Audi that police state was involved in this incident.
Chelsea Donovan reporting live in the studio. Chelsea, thanks.
Y'all need to listen how they talking.
News, and a couple of things stood out. Number one, they said they're looking at a 2007 Audi vehicle that was used
You right.
in this case. And I'm like, how was it used and whose car is it? That's my thing. They said that cell phones was pinged in the house for 2 days before they left. That's why they came and got them cameras and stuff. And I think a lot of that is key. The thing with the suicide, oh, I said the word. The thing with that, it don't matter now. I said I ain't editing out. The thing with the suicide, I think he done took some kind of painkillers or something, or some type of pain medication or something like that, something that'll make you overdose, because he doesn't have a history of drug use or alcohol use. Now, my thing is this. If they came back and he was an attempted suicide attempt, he would have been hospitalized and get given some type of psychiatric evaluation. That's how they usually do
That's
it. How did he
true.
escape that? And
That's true.
That's the one thing. I'm like, something's not right here. It's not making sense to me. None of this is adding up. How did he get out of that? A psychiatric evaluation takes a couple of days.
And it does. If you commit suicide or try to attempt it or whatever, what he's saying, allegedly according to that report, not what I said, but the report, you have to undergo a psychological evaluation, and it does take a few days. You don't get that just overnight. Because, see, a psychologist could actually do the assessment, but a psychiatrist got to come in and look at it. And they're going to analyze it. That makes sense to y'all? So he is telling the truth about that.
Might even be a week. You in the DMV parking lot, supposedly trying to kill yourself, and all of a sudden, boom, you can't be found. He knew when they went to that house and saw them cameras, got them swabs, he a criminal.
Yeah, that's right, Miss Scott. It does.
What they looking for?
Know what he said.
Once
They know what
went
they're
to that
looking
house,
for.
He knew he couldn't come back there. He disappeared. They already got caught with the car. They took the car. It's evidence in the car that he couldn't get out. So that's why he sent that woman, whoever that is, family member, new girlfriend, what have you, over there to see if he can retrieve that. I think evidence is in that car because they got some stuff from the house. Now, I'm more than sure that he keeping in contact with his sister, who he lived with. I'm more than sure of that. But I mean, it is what it is. Bottom line is this. I don't think he's dead, and I don't think he's going to commit suicide. He might have been thinking about it then, in a crude attempt. But people like this now, no, he wanted to get the easy way out, but he would have did it already. Once he was caught and he got out of that one situation, it wouldn't have been no one going to get that stuff out the car, because he'd have did it again as soon as he had a chance. Of course, he messed up the first time. You see what I'm saying? That makes sense to you? All in all, this whole thing is messed up. And for some reason, a lot of you people in the comments say the same thing. You can't get over how beautiful this girl was and how much of a gift she was to him. And when I say gift, I'm not just talking about the exterior. I'm talking about the interior. The interior, like she's a car. Inside of her heart. In addition to her mind. All he could have did, if he had humbled himself and just listened and paid attention and was observant about how she is with others, it could have got him on his feet. Think about that. She was a shining light. She believed in helping people. He the closest person to her on an intellectual, on a level of love and passion and all that stuff. She would have put him on. But he wanted to dominate her. And that's the biggest thing of this whole thing, guys. Think about it. The biggest thing. He was as close as anybody could be to her to learn what she is, the effect she has on people, and blow up like she blew up. Seriously. Remember I told you not to date down? This is a perfect example of this.
That's what not to date down. Remember we
This guy
talked about
saw what
that?
she had,
Don't date down.
wanted it. Proof of that is he in her car. A 2023 Mercedes with a CLE 300. She just got the car. I meant to say in the last video that the car had something to do with it, in my opinion, and I think it did. Remember how he was driving the car? He driving around in the car? Typical scrub shit. The car is nothing to her, but to him it's everything. He rolling around in a new whip. Got a baddie on the side of him. Can't tell him nothing. Living the life of Raleigh. Doing it big. Like the car so damn much. He tried to kill himself in the car. When she disappeared, he kept the car. What a dumbass. 51 years old, like I said, if you don't get it now.
Why would
you'll
you
never
keep the
get
car?
it. perfect example. She could have taught you how to start your own business, bro.
Exactly.
Or you could have been a,
She could have taught him the game.
she could have taught this guy. Guys, I want you to hear me. He could have had business aspirations to do anything. She already knows the ins and outs, like I do with starting a business. She could have helped him get along and might have been able to fund him or seed his dream to achieve something. I'm sure Charlotte or whatever, where he's at, they need something. It's some type of problem that can be solved. Life is about solving problems.
It is.
I'm a service provider for a
And
lot of people with the
finding
job
solutions.
I do in my business that I own. And I provide a hell of a service, and I provide a hell of a solution. She could have helped him.
Me either, Miss Harris. I don't want to go.
You know, hey, I want to help people coming out of jail like me that don't have things figured out. How to fix possibilities was endless. Now, I don't know if they'll find this girl, but I do know this. I guarantee you he's alive. This dude
I believe the same
off
thing.
himself in a police standoff. That's the only way he'll do it. He got too much to chase. Too many demons fighting him. They're not going to let him leave this planet that early, because if so, he'd have did it after the first attempt. Didn't work.
That's true.
I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason
Stock
Channel.
Market
As always,
Steve.
like,
It's the
comment, share,
Dynamic
subscribe.
Reason Channel. That's
This
the
is
name
a
of
sad
this
thing,
channel.
because she could have been a good wife, a good mother, and a good helpmate for somebody that really deserved it. And that's facts. I'll see you in the next video.
And saying that's why we have to be careful. We have to be careful just getting with anybody. We do. I mean, especially because you just don't know their motives. You absolutely don't. And I'm talking about getting with, women, men, or whoever. You got to be careful out here. It's a mess in these streets. It's a mess. It's a mess, Lord. Really do. Yeah. I was trying to find. I told y'all this is not over. It's a Hoover police chief on answers. I told y'all it went over. It ain't over for Carlin. I keep trying to tell y'all that. No. Honey, they want to know where that young woman was at. Yeah, they want to know. Told y'all they feel like she been playing in their face. I'm telling y'all. From what I know, police and investigators and stuff, and lawmakers and lawmen like him, they don't like this. No. That's why they keeping it, they still doing news conference, and people saying, oh, she got a slap on the hand. You'll see. You'll see. Y'all see. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. Let's try.
Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. I am covering the CARLEE Russell case. Chief Durzis, the chief of police for Hoover, Alabama, he speaks to WBRC. I want to share this interview with you.
Y'all listen.
And we will further discuss. Chief shares a lot. The chief shares a lot, and he's also in a nice decked out suit. Check it out.
Police Chief of Hoover, Nick Durzis, joins us in studio this morning. Chief, good morning.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
First of all, your reaction to how quickly some of the state legislators have jumped on your thoughts at that news conference saying these charges should be tougher on CARLEE Russell.
Well, I think not only the legislators here, but people around the country have emailed.
Hey, Miss Diane, baby.
I can't believe that that's all the penalty would be. I heard from several legislators on Friday within hours of that press conference. So it makes us feel good that the general public does think that this is a little ridiculous when you consider those 49 hours that she was gone and all the expense and local and state and federal law enforcement officials that were looking for her. And thank goodness we were able to make that she made it home.
Good night, baby.
Safe.
I don't know who you're talking to, Miss
It would
Bobby,
be
but
like
good
someone
night.
going out and shoplifting less than $500 worth of merchandise. It's the same penalties. And I think when people see that there's got to be some sort of enhancement, that when you fake a kidnapping or some type of violent crime, there's got to be additional penalties for it.
Tell us the resources. Give us a little bigger picture, though, the resources that are activated when something like this happens, because we know the federal government, the FBI gets involved anytime you're talking about an abduction or kidnapping.
Sure. We called out the Army, literally. That
Y'all
night
heard 'em?
Because, of course, the girl was on, Carly was talking
Okay,
to
Ms.
911. All of a sudden, she's talking to an aunt. The phone goes dead. Here's a little scream. Our officers get up there a couple of minutes later. No Carly, no baby. That's what, obviously said was a baby on the interstate. And, obviously we started calling out other shift members, detectives, our drone operators, ended up calling the county. We got to get dogs up here.
Told y'all they got to
Calls
get the
the federal
K9.
government. The next morning, the Secret Service got involved with getting the telephone to try to find out what we could on that telephone.
Secret Service need to get that phone. I told y'all.
So again, it's all hands on deck, and
That's how they found out about all them searches she had done. They went through the phone.
How quickly and how much time had passed before you and your colleagues started to realize this probably is a hoax? Did that happen shortly, or walk us through those few hours?
Well, initially when I got the phone call at home, I was home and they called and said, we've got this situation that's just occurred, and talked about the baby on the interstate. A little skeptical in myself, baby on the interstate, that we didn't get into the calls. But I've known over
They ain't get no other
long
call.
career that you never say never, because things that sometimes I thought, that's a little strange, ends up obviously being true. So we took that very
Okay,
seriously.
Ms. Diane.
I guess really when we started really getting skeptical was when we got the video of the interstate that showed pretty much the vehicle traveling, and then especially the distance that it traveled. And then it took about 24 hours before, or maybe less than 24 hours when we
See,
started
that's the
getting
what he
traction
was
from
talking
the cell
about.
phone. And we started seeing the things like, Amber Alert, taken,
The searches that she had
search
made.
that she had made. And then, of
Told
course,
you.
then you really start thinking, wow, this doesn't make any sense.
Chief, I know you mainly deal in facts, so this is going to be a hypothetical. But let's just say, for instance, the family did not go on a morning network show. And she came out immediately after that, public apology, I'm sorry, I exhausted all these resources to try to find me. Would you think the charges still would have been levied against her? Would you still have pursued those?
Well, again, that's all hypothetical, so it's kind of hard for me to answer because that's not the way it occurred. So it's kind of tough.
What prompted you then to seek out the state attorney?
I hope y'all hear him.
Well, obviously we had talked to the district attorney, Lenise Washington. First of all, we felt like since this became not only national but international story, that it made more sense to go to the county, even though it's a misdemeanor, and let them prosecute instead of us, since we've done all the investigation and then prosecuted ourselves. So we talked to Lenise Washington; she was on board. Then we talked to the clerk of the Bessemer Division. She decided that it made more sense to go back to Hoover, and they did not want to issue a warrant. Send it back for our people. So I felt like then it just made sense that since they didn't want to issue the warrant, then they probably shouldn't prosecute it. So if we're going to do the misdemeanor in our court, it just, to me, made sense to let the state attorney general let them prosecute it and kind of get us out of the prosecution business.
You had, after that network interview that Mike referenced, you said you started getting contacted from all across the country. People thinking there was a kidnapper on the loose in the city of Hoover, and the Hoover Police Department wasn't talking about it.
Sure.
Your reaction to that?
Yeah. Well, I think after that national interview came out and they said yes, that there had been a kidnapping. There was no question about it. That it was time that we started bringing out the facts. And like I said, we laid out the facts that day and let everybody make their own opinion. But my opinion at that press conference was that this did not happen the way they said it did.
I know you have a job to do, and y'all do it well, but it can't help but get personal sometimes, I would imagine. How personal did this feel to the whole Hoover Police Department?
Very, very personal. I mean, we're a department that if a crime takes place, any type of crime, we take it personal. Because we don't want anybody doing anything to anybody that lives in our city or visits our city. We want to be a safe place. And when that comes out, especially that particular night, the adrenaline starts flowing on the police officers that are showing up, the guys that are coming out, the drone officers. So everybody
Told you
now
they
thinks
flew
the
them
kidnapping's
drones.
taking
I told
place.
y'all that.
And you get hyped up. Your adrenaline, the blood's flowing, your heart's pumping. And when you're out searching, you don't really know what you're searching for or what you're going to find. And it's a tough scenario to go through
They
that.
were
And
searching
then
for
all of a
somebody who
sudden
went
find out
lost.
that everything that we did was really for naught. I mean, it
I
did not
keep
happen.
saying
But
that.
what a strange emotion it must be. Everyone certainly wanted CARLEE Russell to be okay.
Sure.
And she is
Oh,
okay.
Right.
So it's a balance, isn't it?
Oh,
Being glad
absolutely.
she's okay, but then being angry that it was all a hoax.
Sure, but let me say this to you. Under the circumstances, I like the result here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That she got home to her family, whatever issues that she's got, pray that they get handled. We'll move on. We've got other things. Still want to know some things. Still want to know. Where was she during those 49
So
hours?
you
Told
don't
you.
know.
We don't.
They want to know. They don't know.
Since
You
the
still
night
want
that
to
she
know.
returned home at the hospital, detectives very small interview. We've not talked to her since. And those are the type of things that I would like to. I would like to know the end result
Told you.
of why. I think a lot of people would. Yeah.
Do you believe she had help?
Well, again, we don't have those facts
See?
yet.
He very
The attorney's
careful.
statement said that
Y'all
that
ain't
she
noticed
did
that?
not. Where she was those 49 hours by herself. Again, some questions that we hope that if they don't tell us, we hope that we figure it out ourselves. Because again, we're still investigating.
Chief,
Notice
because
what
of the
he said.
seriousness of the story,
We hope to figure it out
we don't
ourselves
wanna
because we
bring
still
this up,
investigating
but
this.
now that everything's out here and the state attorney general's taken over the investigation and the prosecution of this, but your fashion style became really a national story. So I'm just curious, how you felt about that, because I know you heard some of this reaction.
Well, I did, and again, I've dressed the way I've dressed for forever, and why all of a sudden it became a big deal, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm flattered that some people like it and probably others don't.
But fun to laugh about it now because everything's okay.
Yeah, thank goodness. Obviously, we would not be talking about this if things were not well, and it's been good. It's been fun, and people asking who my tailor is and so forth. So it's been an interesting couple of weeks for sure.
By the way, the suit game is on today as well. With the salmon. So, all right.
It's Easter year round for you. It looks good.
As we wrap up, is there a message for the people of Hoover and all the other folks who wanted to help in this situation?
Well, as I said to begin with, it takes people with hearts to come out and be concerned and search for somebody that you don't know. And I think that shows a lot about our community. It shows a lot about the state of Alabama, that people are going to do this. And when people say, well, if this happens again, it's going to be treated just like it is just now. And it becomes a national story. It does.
So y'all, I mean, there it is. It's just, there's just so much stuff going on out here. Okay, Miss Dan, it's just so many things going on, and everybody's doing everything. I was gonna try to see could I pull up that the not with CARLEE. Man, y'all look. Oh, here it is. Here it is, y'all.
Yo, One Life family.
Oh, he cussed so much, I'm gonna have to see.
Y'all know I'm coming to y'all right now, man. I had to humble myself, man. I had to get my spirit right, man. And
It's the same one I got the information
I get
from.
into certain cases and certain things, man, and sometimes I just go against the grain. You feel me? I get focused on trying to get the justice. You feel me? And I see certain things, and I try to go for the justice because that's what the families ask for is justice. One Life family, I want to come to y'all right now and tell y'all, man, that my heart has been broken as of right now. My heart is broken. All right? I did everything I could do to help Tanya Hoskins, Miss Tanya Hoskins, with her daughter. I pushed her case. I got with the investigators. I put my own money up. I did a lot of things I could do. I did everything I could do. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Along the lines, man, when you get into this stuff and you start doing investigations, man, and things like this transpire, man, the families are starting to feel a certain way about you. This ain't my first time dealing with this. I tell y'all, me and this lady been talking, me and this lady been cool, everything been A1. Y'all seen this all the way up until right now what I'm finna tell y'all. One Life family. I won't be involved. I won't be involved in nobody losing their life. All right? I won't be involved in it. Okay? Now, I dropped some information for y'all earlier today, and I said that the lady, Stephanie Albert Alexander, with a 12-year-old boy, the house was shot up. Okay? And this is the information that I got from the Mecklenburg Sheriff Department, DA, the district attorney. You know what I'm saying? It's factual information. I put the documents up because I was like, well, I just shared the information. Miss Tanya Hoskins got a problem with me about that, okay? My thing is this. I'm just sharing the information. I did it in a sense of trying to help. But right now, One Life family, I'm letting y'all know I can't be involved in nobody losing their life. Okay? This lady, she can do whatever she want to do. She can get justice for her daughter in any way she see fit. That's not what I'm about. All right? I don't want to see nobody lose their life. Hey, see, when you got a sister who already lost their life, yeah, pay for what you've done. But they're going and shooting up people's houses
That's what
and
he's talking
things
about.
of that nature, man. That's not what I'm here to do.
That's what he's
If you
talking
want
about.
to get justice legally, yes, ma'am. But I can't
I'll
do
show
that.
y'all
And then
again.
for people to get
You know your
upset
girl
with me
here.
and want to treat me a certain way because I relayed information. And I only relayed the information about the shooting because it was given to me from
See, I
the
ain't seen that one.
investigators.
I got to
Okay?
go find it.
The investigators didn't even have
I didn't know
access
that. I got to go
to
find it.
the voluntary manslaughter pertaining to her daughter, but they shared with me first the information about 727. I shared that information with Miss Hoskins, and she immediately got an attitude with me and said, hey, I don't care nothing about no police report. I don't care nothing about that. And so right then I was like, my spirit ain't receiving it. I'm not going to disrespect you or anything of that nature, but now I'm confused because me and you was just so buddy to where now I ask you about a situation, about a shooting. See, I told y'all they wanted to keep that out of the public for whatever reason. But sometimes I guess I push a button on people that I don't even intend to push.
I told
I was
y'all.
just asking a
The alleged,
question.
they said they did
Because
something to that house.
it's a
I
whole
didn't want to
police
say it.
report on it.
It's a whole police report.
And so now she got an attitude with me and she's mad with me. But I get it. But my thing is this: right is right and wrong is wrong. And I would not get involved in somebody else losing their life because they want.
You won't believe it. Chamberlain forgot to turn.
Where did he go?
A street. If that's how people want to handle it, then handle it that way. I don't want to get involved in that. I want families to get justice if it's going to be legally, okay? And I'm telling y'all what's really going on because this case and this situation has taken a big turn. Not even about Tyra Crosby being in the right or wrong in her situation, but the after effect. This shooting up this house and a 12-year-old, that's not okay. Hey, I wish the best for the family. But I think this thing has taken that right there. I'm telling you guys the honest to God truth. That right there, that shooting that transpired on 7/27, 2 days after her funeral, that hurt the case. That hurt the case. That hurt the justice. And at this point, I'm finna withdraw myself from the case because of the simple fact that I'm not with nobody losing their life. You know what I'm saying? Again, justice is justice. But if they want street justice, hey, I wish the best for the family. My prayers are out to them and anybody else who may get caught in the crossfire of this stuff. Because what people have to understand is this. There will be retaliation from the other side, okay? These people are not just gonna take that laying down. It's gonna be like a war type of situation. Okay, it's shots fired, and there is nothing that I can do. And I was just trying to help bring justice. And so, One Life family, I'm just giving y'all the heads up as to what is going on with this case and why I have to get away from it, because this is a street thing. This is a street thing. One Life family.
Do y'all want to see the one about the picture of the mom, and I guess that she's the charge? It's like 6 minutes. Tell me in the chat if y'all want to see it. Miss Harris, Miss Bobby, Miss Diane, Miss Juanita, Miss Jean. Do y'all want to see it? They said the mom is behind the hit on Stephanie Alexander. And that, okay.
Yo, One Life family. Y'all know I'm coming to y'all right now, man. I had to humble myself, man. I had to get my
Okay, this may be
spirit
the
right,
same
man,
one. He
you
just
know.
maybe did a
And,
thumbnail. I think this the same one.
I get into certain cases and certain things, man, and sometimes I
So
just go against
she
the
is
grain.
the
You feel
primary
me?
suspect in that, and it's a possibility that she gonna be charged. She could be charged in that if it turns out to be true, y'all. So I don't know. What are y'all thoughts? I thought this was interesting. Let me see if y'all want to see this. I'm gonna put it up and y'all look at it. It's up to y'all.
Hey everybody.
Did y'all
Hopefully my
see
mic
it?
is working properly.
Let me see that y'all see it, because y'all may not want to even see this. I'm gonna let y'all tell me. Did y'all see it? Maybe we don't have to look at it now. We don't. We honestly don't. But I heard that there's a live on here that she went to the police department and filed a report. It says that her life was threatened. I don't know. Have y'all heard anything about this? Oh, no, Miss Scott. This is the one about Nandy After Dark, where she said that Chef Carmen of HTX/Atlanta threatened my life on live, and I filed a police report. I want to make sure y'all know what it is before I, because you may not want to touch it. We wouldn't touch it over on Facebook at all. But it's up to y'all, evidently. And we wouldn't look at all of it. I would just, And she had like 2 comments. She said this 3 hours ago. Yeah, that's what she said. Now, I don't know. Well, that's what she's saying now, Miss Jean. She's saying that. If you can look at it, say Chef Carmen HTX/Atlanta threatened my life on live. I filed a police report today. Now, hey, good. I don't know now. I go by what y'all say. Y'all want to see what it's about? We can. If y'all don't want to see what it's about, y'all know I keep that thing kicking. I keep the can kicking. We ain't got to see that. We ain't got to see it now. But that's what's going on. Okay. Miss Scott says she good. Because I haven't looked at it myself. So that's why I told y'all, if y'all want to see, because see, I haven't looked at it. I haven't seen it. Okay, now I got, wait a minute now. I got a no and I got a yes. So we dead tied, so we won't see it. I got a no and I got a yes. So y'all know I gotta go with the majority. So anyway, that may get on our spirits anyway. But y'all can go as 90 after dark. Yeah, I didn't know that exactly I follow you. Miss Mike Card, hey y'all. Yeah, I didn't know that and I mean I'm not gonna show anything from it, but I didn't know that La Truth had his ex-wife arrested because she put some supposedly nude pictures online. Somebody sent me that today. I didn't know that. Did y'all? Did y'all know it? I didn't know. Oh, this is what I was looking for, y'all. We just gonna look at a minute of it. She was what? Police reveal new devastating details, and it's saying he's saying that they
With the price of just
looking
about
for
everything going up during inflation,
it's the
bring our
Pascal
prices
show.
down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
We got some devastating updates
Y'all
surrounding the
hear?
case of Alicia Watts.
I didn't think y'all want to hear, cause I ain't looked at it. I didn't
Things,
think y'all
there
wanted
was
to see
some
it
not
anyway.
so
I
savory
did.
things being told, especially about the boyfriend's police record. He's got a rap sheet, especially with some of these things that are in there
Hey, Miss
that would
Mike Carter.
definitely
Hey,
have you
y'all.
looking
Greg.
at
Hey,
this
y'all.
guy horde out here. There's been new updates. There's been new information, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it looks like we're looking down the road or the avenue of this possibly being M. And I gotta
I
use these
told
code
you.
words, unfortunately.
He got to use
But as you can
that.
see
But
right
y'all know
here,
what he mean by M.
police are investigating crime of M in the case of missing Moore County woman Alicia Watts. Now, I have to say this really quick before we jump into all this, because of everything that they've recently exposed with James Dunmore, her boyfriend's, given the fact that he has an extensive history of taking people, of hurting loved ones, of DV, so on and so forth, it literally gives you the idea of, maybe something bad happened to this woman. I hate to be that guy to say that because I don't want that. I want her to be found alive. But now you got police looking at this situation as if it is that way because of this man's very, very spicy track record out here. All right? But let's get into this article. This is just, like I said, it's
We
not
just
the
gonna look a
greatest
few
news.
minutes of it.
I
I'm
wish I
finna
was coming
close
to you
down the
guys with
live.
better news than this, but we gotta tell the news and tell the facts. So let's get into this. So it says here, police suspect missing Moore County woman Alicia Watts was M'd, or unalived, according to search warrants related to the case. The search warrants, first obtained by ABC affiliate WSOC, show that CMPD have been searching for quote unquote any evidence of the crime of M, as well as materials that may be used to clean up or cover up evidence of homicide or A. Now, let me just say this really quick, okay? Obviously, they're going to be looking to see if there's maybe bleach, streaks of the chemicals in certain places, maybe kind of like Brian Koberger. Maybe they got like he's got surgical gloves. Maybe he was using dishwashing gloves. Whatever it may be, items, tissues, chemicals, etc. Remnants of any of that anywhere that she could have been last seen in his presence.
They're saying they
'Cause
hope
you gotta
the
remember,
police would
he is
search the
last one
GPS
to see
and the
her
car. I would
alive.
think they would do
repeat, he
that.
is
When
the
y'all,
last one to see her
he the
alive.
last one to see her
So,
alive.
if they're looking at a possible foul play situation, which obviously they should be, unfortunately, then they're looking for items. They're looking for evidence to show, like, yeah, he done did this, right? But let's get into this because obviously there's more to this, right? So let's look at this. Investigators searched Watt's boyfriend's home, James Dunmore's home. Remember, they went in there. They were doing a deep dive, trying to see what was going on in his house, if there was anything in his house. They also searched an Audi vehicle that was parked at the home on July 26th. I mean, let's be real. This dude, from my understanding, he was staying with. It wasn't his home. I think he was renting it, or he was staying.
Love
with
and
someone.
loneliness can make you miss those
But
signs.
still, if that
if
Audi
you want
is
somebody.
his car, he must have been doing fairly well for himself when he got out of prison. I mean, that's what I think, but maybe I'm wrong. But there was an
So that
Audi
could have
vehicle
clouded
that
her
they were
thinking
searching
grid.
as well. That was parked outside of the home on July
It's something about
26th.
a man. If a woman want him,
That was
she
just
don't see the
few days
bad in
ago.
him
All right, and that was 10 days
until it's
after
too late.
Watts was last seen alive.
Because her friend
Again,
saw
you got to
it.
remember, he is the last one to see her alive.
And she just said he just loved me so much.
In here on why he was in that car. There's some new information in this article, which I found very interesting. We're going to get into it. The narrative for the warrant says, quote unquote, cellular data records that have been obtained show that Alicia's phone, her boyfriend's phone, and the vehicle, her car, all returned to his home, or to that very home, at 1633 Pamela Lorraine Drive at around 3 p.m. on the 16th of July. And all three remain at that location until 6 a.m. on July 18th.
Same day
2 days later.
that they say
Let's
he tried
continue
to,
on, though.
is.
The search warrant shows the detective seized clothing, cell phones, camera, tablet, laptop, memory cards, swabs, and photos during this search. Investigators also identified James Dunmore as Watt's boyfriend, which we already know. We all know that. And he is the person that was living in that house that they searched. But investigators stopped short of calling him a suspect in this case. And I still want to know why. Why? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is when we hit the orchestral music.
I want to say that
wrap it
I
up,
saw what they said, a person
throw
of
them
interest, but
shackles on
not
him,
a
say
suspect.
that
I don't
he is a
understand
prime
that.
suspect and call it a day. And I get it that they got to still do their due diligence and all that. But at the same time, dag nabbit, come on, man. Just hit the orchestral music, wrap it up, B. But that's just me. Previous police reports say Dunmore has a history of DV.
I told y'all.
And identify him as a person of interest in the case. So they don't say that they stop short of calling him a suspect in the case, but he's still a person of interest in the case.
Told you he was a person of interest.
Dunmore was also, this is the part that I found very interesting. Dunmore was also found unresponsive in Watts's car on July 18th.
See, that makes no sense. You can, it's almost like technology is good, but technology is not good. When I got and bought my truck, they downloaded the app. And it's just amazing. Everything about that truck, I can see in this phone. I don't understand it. So everything that's in that truck and where that truck was, they know. They've tracked it. I'm telling you, the mileage, everything. The only thing I got to do is go hit it. And everything about that truck, even if it needs servicing, it comes up. It's almost like, ain't nobody got no business being out here, cheating if they were married. But if somebody listening and you creeping a little bit, better not do it in those advanced technology, because you can go back and track it. Right, by you won't know how they got it. And the thing they got to do is pick up your phone and hit it. Comes right up. Yeah. You ain't even got to have the fog in your hand. It can be in your pocketbook. It can be in your bag. Once I touch the door of the truck, it comes unlocked. If I'm on the passenger side and trying to put my stuff in it, it comes unlocked. The truck is going to be a key thing in this as well, in my opinion.
Remember, the car
We
pulled
almost
up.
done. It's getting late and I'm tired.
The car pulled up on July.
I just feel like
16th,
I got to give her.
And it didn't leave there for
Yes,
48 hours.
Yes, let's
Until
review.
the very next, or less than 48 hours, until the 18th of July. And that's when there was movement. That's where they found him, unresponsive in her car somewhere else, parked in a DMV parking lot, him passed out in the car. Now, there's new information, which I find to be very interesting. Take a look at this.
And they probably
report
do.
said he was
We just don't know.
unresponsive after apparently trying to do something
See,
to
because
himself. I'm just gonna
you got to be
highlight it. I
careful
can't
over
say
here.
it,
You can't say it because they
but
can
he
take
was
your
trying to do
page.
something to himself, yo. Now, it makes you wonder, why? Why was he trying to do something unthinkable to himself? I'm sorry.
Now.
Do the math.
Now, are y'all convinced now that he done something to her? Every day, and I think you said it, Miss Bobby, too, early on. Every day that they're out there, it's a chance they ain't coming back. Every day.
2 plus
Ain't no
2
family
equals 4.
heard
Moving
from
on.
her.
At this point,
She's a businesswoman. She ain't
Mark's
never done this
whereabouts
before.
remain a mystery, and there have been no arrests or charges filed in the case. Now, I'm
If
not
y'all
here
didn't hear from
trying
me
to talk
in
trash
2 or 3 days,
on
and I didn't come on live, I didn't send no
I'm not here
updates or nothing,
to talk trash on
y'all
5-0.
gonna
I'm
say,
not.
where is Dr. Lisa at? Anybody know how to get in contact with her? Where's she at? Y'all gonna ask
I
that.
understand that they got to do everything they can.
They
Piece
do.
all the pieces of this
They got to
puzzle
piece it
to make
together.
one
I
big
know
old
we don't
picture
want them to, but they
so
got to
that they
piece
can
it together.
actually throw some charges on this dude. So of course they're not going to be quick to sit there and go, "Yep, that's the guy." I get that part. But if you look at the timeline, y'all, the timeline's screaming foul play. The timeline is screaming that something bad happened. Maybe there was a fight on the way back home from her place.
Oh, me too, Miss
They
Bobby,
drove
yeah.
From her place in Moore County to
You hear it, Miss Diane?
Charlotte, North Carolina. Maybe there was a fight. You got to remember, it pulled up at 3 p.m. on the 16th of July. Last time she was ever talked to, seen any presence of anything. And then 48 hours later, he is found at the DMV. And if I'm correct, there was a parking lot of a DMV in Anson County, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
if my
Anson.
memory serves me correctly. 50 miles
Anson
away
County.
from Charlotte, North Carolina. So instantly I'm sitting here going, wait a second. So there was no movement, no cars. They didn't leave the house.
Y'all know
for
something wrong with
48
that.
hours. And then suddenly he makes a move.
I'm with Miss Bobby.
And when he does do that move, he's trying
Yeah,
to
look
do
it
the
up.
unthinkable to
Look
himself.
it up, the real. Look it up.
And he's found,
It's in Carolina. Her name is Alicia Wise.
in the car. 'Cause
This
he's
is
trying
who
to
he
do something.
is. If you want to get his name,
50 miles away from Charlotte. Sums up.
the
And I
Pastor
guarantee
Show.
you, if she really is, I mean, I pray to God.
See, they've been talking about CARLEE, the real, and they ain't been talking about this woman.
Is now a homicide.
Yep, he's
And if
right.
that is the case, they need to be looking at where he was, 50 miles outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. That's what they should be doing right now. I'm hoping that's what they're doing.
Everybody's saying that's what they should be
I'm
doing.
hoping that's exactly what they're doing. But
They
at the
say
end
he
of the
don't,
day, this is
allegedly,
really,
they say he
really
don't
bad
dump the
news,
body.
y'all. Because if it ends up being this, then my heart and prayers go out
To that
and
family.
friends that are all
Yeah.
affected by this story and by this case and by the possibility, because I'm still holding on.
Yeah,
to
because
a
one of
little
her
bit
friends was walking down the street,
the possibility
and
for
they
her
were
not
putting
being
up
around.
signs and looking at stuff. And she said,
I
Lord,
said,
just know we
has
doing all we can do to find you.
he has
See,
a
they
track
just
record
want to find her,
like you wouldn't believe.
to put her in,
That
to rest to
includes
it.
violence,
I told y'all he had a
and
track
taking of
record.
people, for lack of a better term.
Abduction,
You already have all of
stalking,
that.
assault, and battery.
Then she
According to that news
ends up
report. Y'all
missing.
heard it. Y'all heard it now. I played it right on here.
This is terrible, y'all.
And they took out their house phone, clothes, computers, and that 2007 Audi. Y'all heard?
Did he have help? Or did he do this?
Did he
all
have
on
help?
his own?
Y'all heard what they said? That woman came trying to get something out that truck.
Another piece. He was found in the car, in her car. Gone, sleep, for lack of a better term. Did they not find any remnants? Maybe there was any droplets of red in the car. Was there any traces of her DNA that may have been taken out of her body, if you get what I'm saying?
Y'all hear what
They
he's
checked
saying?
the back of the car, anything of that sort. Why would he be out there 50 miles away from Charlotte, from his own home, in her car?
In her car.
There's got to be some proof of something left inside or around that car. And they need to look at that car too, deeply. And they need to do another deep dive into that house.
They really
Real
do.
talk. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do not forget to hit that like button.
Oh,
And
I
most
gotta.
definitely do not forget to
I definitely
press
got
that
to hit the
subscribe
like
if you're
button.
watching on YouTube. And please do not forget, if you're watching
And
on
see,
Facebook, hit that like
he
and
almost
that
got
follow button
10,000
on
followers. He
Facebook
ain't
as
finna
well.
get his page
It'd be
in
great to have you
trouble.
part of it.
But that's how it started. Look at that. Look at this up here. And this what they call like the thumbnail. Right here. Alicia Watts was. Now you see what he got there. And it's the Pascal Show the Real. So y'all, there it is. This your girl, seeing and all knowing. I appreciate y'all for always showing up for me. I do. Y'all know I got to spend some time over here if I'm going to grow this channel. I'm tired. If I wasn't tired, I would go through some more of these, but I'm tired. I know y'all tired. Again, y'all know how I feel about y'all. I love you. Y'all rocking with me and everything. Remember, everything on here we said allegedly. We don't know. We don't know the people. We're going by news articles, and we're also going by other big YouTubers. Also, I'm looking into some of this stuff as far as going to find the news articles and everything. So, you know, we're going to keep them in our prayers. We're going to keep the Cosby girl in our prayer, the families, because you heard the guy said they finna go, you know, at it. So you don't want that either. So, you know, you just got to pray about it. You know, we living in some hard time. But there's a man, a cue for all of it. And y'all know his name. Sweet sleep to you. I love y'all. Y'all, this your girl, seeing and all knowing. The knowing on Facebook. And I'm out.